you know, voice for so many as we speak now. You know, that's such an important thing in this world today, especially with so much that's not clear. You know, the fact that we don't have clarity, but we have our existence and our knowledge, you know, and our strength and our health. That
Mhm.
is that's enough. You know, that's enough shield and weapon. That's enough defense and weaponry in the same sense.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bliss Talk tonight. Bliss Talk on what's today? Thursday? Thursday. What's it? Memorial Week is on Monday. What y'all got? What y'all gonna be doing this weekend? Hey, hey, hey! How you doing? I'm glad you joined us. We're gonna get started in just a second. I have the Derrick Mckenzie Jr. joining me today. Shady Characters, what's up? What's up? So he's actually an artist. He's the creator and founder of Mystere Creations. I want to know more about his concept behind this organization that he's created. I saw he's in here. I can't wait to talk to him. I cannot wait. I saw that he was invited to, I want to say, Greece. I want to say Greece so bad. Him and his wife or fiance, they were both invited to come and share their art there. So come on in, Derrick. Let's talk about it. And I noticed that he has a very interesting style as well. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about how he has managed to find his identity. Because I know that.
Hi, Carmen. You can hear me? Okay. Okay. Can you hear me now? You still can't hear me? Can you hear me now? Let's see.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yeah? Still can't hear me. We're good now. Okay, good. Sorry about that. Derrick, are you still here? Come on in, Derrick. While we're waiting for him to come in. So yeah, I've been writing in those 15 minutes, and you'll be surprised how much writing you can get done in 15 minutes. Go ahead and request to come back in for me. And it is a lot. you know, when you're writing and having to rethink of the memories. Like, I even read some of it to a friend of mine that's actually, I wrote a little story about us the other day, and she's just like, is that what happened? I remember it this way. So it's funny how your memory can play tricks on you. Come on in, Derrick.
Hi, Carmen.
Hi, Derrick. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I'm glad we're finally having a chance to chat and talk and do this Bliss
Word.
Talk thing.
Word. Me too.
Yes. I don't know if T. Walker had prepped you on what Bliss Talk is, but I love picking people's brains. People
Okay.
that are studying their craft. And I love learning, aspiring, collaborating, and sharing keys with these people. So have like a 30-minute inspiring conversation, and I'll ask you 5 questions, and I like to have a little fun. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's go. All right. So first things first, Mystere creations. The concept. Yeah. First of all, I noticed the apostrophe in the E. Yeah. So how do you pronounce it?
It's Mystere, like Mystere.
Mystere creations.
Mystere creations. Mystere is something that baffles the understanding. Anything that baffles the understanding. Creation is bringing something into existence. You know, bringing anything into existence. So I feel like, you know, the subline mission of Mystere creations is anointed expression with no boundaries. Yeah. So because I'm a self-taught natural artist who harvests myself in the creative realm. And so if I feed off of what's naturally in me, I have to find something that's naturally connectable for all of mankind.
Yeah. That's deep. Mystere creation.
Mystere.
I love that. Can we talk about your journey to finding your identity? As I look at your page, I'm like, this is nothing that I've ever seen before. Your style and everything it's so different.
Yeah.
So can you talk about it? I mean,
I would love to.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had different inspirations from all over the place. You know, my father was in the Army, you know, retired 24 years out of the Army. So being born in New York, having that experience and not even knowing that I'm having that experience at such a young age, you know, and then moving to Texas at a young age, and then moving to Birmingham, Alabama, you know, and I don't know, and I grew up around, you know, in the South, I grew up around, you know, whites and blacks, and being young in a city that's so prolific for just that energy, I was ignorant to what was even around me because, like, I felt like I was shaded from that by my family, you know, out of protection, you feel me? Not out of discouragement or, you know, not wanting me to find out these things, but I just, you know, I was bullied in middle school and high school. You know, I tried to hop down on all the black girls in middle school when I came to the city, and they was like, nah, nigga, you wear a sweater vest and a bow tie. We ain't rocking with you. If you ain't got on no Jordans and no Jabos, you ain't my kind. So, you know, I was called the Oreo and everything. And then I, you know, kind of found that I share energy with skaters, you know. So like the skaters with the skinny jeans, you know, that's knuckleheads. I'm hanging out with that crew. And then, you know, I'm hanging out with the football players, you know, so I'm gaining inspirations from so many different people. And it all just, I guess, helped me solidify who I was. So, you know, I like to be different. And so I take inspirations from all over the world, basically. And I create my own style with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that because I definitely understand that struggle. Like you said, you know, seeing people wearing Jordans and stuff all the time, and there was so much hype around it. I remember when the Adidas came out, and I was like, yo, what's up with the Adidas? Because they got stripes on them. I got me some shoes with the stripes. Little did I know.
That was it.
4 stripes. You need the ones with the 3 stripes, boo-boo. But I never understood the hype about brands and all that stuff. So my style, a lot of people would call it eclectic. Back then it wasn't eclectic. It was just, you know, oh, she can't dress.
Yeah. I
Just
feel you.
yeah, but now when I look back, I'm just glad that I never conformed to that. You know, can
Hmm.
you imagine having to? It's already the world is already like more than enough anxiety.
True. True.
You know, but having to worry about how you look and what you wear and things of that nature. I
And
mean,
that's the thing. Like, it's so many people who, like, even the culture of our people, you know what I'm saying? It's so many people who look like everybody else
mhm,
in certain places, in certain
mhm,
environments.
mhm,
And when I come around, I'm a target now because I look different. You feel me? Like, what in the hell? Where
mhm.
is your thinking? You feel me? Like, so I'm trying to educate people on, I like to step in every environment and every, wherever I can, just to show like, hey, you can embrace, because me seeing another, grown man,
Mhm.
he may not have been exposed to the physical presence of someone who is different,
Right.
and someone who really like embraces themselves and walks with their head high with the anointed level, but being around that type of presence, it's inspiring to you. It rubs off on you. It jumps on your skin like fleas,
Mhm.
and it's like, hey, I gotta, hey, I want to get on that level.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, yeah,
I-
it's
Like
more people should embrace that individuality. It'll be a beautiful place.
exactly. It's just because somebody likes something or a group of people like something doesn't
Yeah,
mean that you have to like it, you know? But you
true.
have to be brave with that too. There's a
Hmm.
certain courage that you have to have in order to say, I'm good with that. I'm gonna do this right here.
Right.
You know, and sometimes it's lonely in that category because people are drawn to the group thought. You know, and
Yeah.
thinking that everyone has to be the exact same. Like even now with all the controversy in the world, like you know, it's a lot of group thought happening. There's a lot of people posting stuff without even really knowing what really happened. Things of that
Right.
nature.
Right.
You know, Drake just put out a song recently. What was that? What's it called?
Uh, I heard the whole tape. So what's the
The
bop
song
like?
that's like a TikTok song.
Oh yeah, yeah. The is it you talking about the Tootsie Slide joint
Yeah,
or
the
the?
Tootsie
Okay,
Slide.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
a lot of people were saying, I don't really I don't mess with that song. I don't really think I like it, you know. And so people were saying that. I was like, I want to hear it and see if I like it, you know. And it turns out that's bop to me. I like that
I
song.
like it too. I like the whole tape. I rock with Drake.
Yeah. So if you allow, you know, people to form an opinion for you, then you'll never be able to discover stuff like that. Discover what you really like. Would you agree with
Exactly.
that?
Yes, 100%, 1000%. Because I
Yeah.
mean, being and just the fact that we're here, being the, you know, voice for so many as we speak now, that's such an important thing in this world today, especially with so much that's not clear. The fact that we don't have clarity, but we have our existence and our knowledge, and our strength and our health. That
Mm-hmm.
is that's enough. That's enough shield and weapon. That's enough defense and weaponry in the same sense. So we just have to keep manifesting and within that clarity. But
True. My next question for you: what was the last thing you prayed for? I noticed that you had made a sculpture, and it's called. Remind me of the name of the sculpture that you made.
the praying man
The Praying Man
out of a bar of soap,
out of a bar of soap.
out of a bar of soap. And the praying man is actually um, it's here in the home, but it was the last thing I prayed for.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I prayed over my meal. That was the last thing I prayed for. So I just prayed, when I pray over my meal, I take from wise people often, and I feel like my mother is a very wise person. And,
Mm-hmm.
so many other beautiful women in my family. So I take after, the way she prayed. And when she prayed, she asked that God bless the food to be a nourishment to her mind, body, and soul, as well as to the person who prepared the food.
Mm-hmm.
So, a meal is more because, there's life that was taken in that meal, possibly,
Mm-hmm.
95% of the time. There's, so many things that we have to consider. And so now I pray, that my meal blesses my mind, body, and soul.
Absolutely.
Just so, if anyone wants to take on that prayer,
Yeah. Of course, when we were younger, we were always, the family would pray over food. My dad, with his deep voice, would go, "Father God, thank you for this food that we're about to receive. In Jesus' name we pray, amen." Like every time. But I never understood why we did it, because you're just a kid and you're just doing it because, the family's doing it. But I had realized like years later that you pray over your food because, number one, that's energy going into your body, and you don't want to get sick, so pray that, like you said, it nourishes you and
exactly
fulfills that purpose.
Yeah. What was the last thing you prayed for, Carmen?
You turned it back on me.
Word.
Last thing I prayed for. I think I prayed for my mom. The last thing I prayed for. Okay. My mom has been feeling down lately. This quarantine is getting everybody, stir crazy. And so I prayed that she, I think I prayed for her happiness. And because people that are close to you, their emotions, and especially I'm an empath, so it takes a toll on me as well.
Yeah.
It's not, I can be okay if she's not okay.
Right. And that's heavy. My mom's been on my heart, very much so lately as well. And I have the challenge of, not communicating less, but, trying to live my life with my partner versus, I don't know, it's just, I'm trying to discover the balance between, my relationship and my family because it's tricky. And I don't know those guidelines as a young man and an aspiring husband, you feel me?
Yeah.
So, the fact that you said that, I just wanted to share that.
Yeah.
In case anybody got some words on that, or if you do, but now I'm gonna send one up for your mom too.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're talking about the balance between your relationship and family. You've been having to do some thinking about that.
Yeah.
Can you expand on it a little bit?
Well, I was a mama's boy, growing up, and me and my mom had a really, really, really beautiful relationship because like my dad was always, like in war or, like deployed or training or something. And, I didn't really get to know my father as a conscious mind until maybe like, I feel like 8 or 9, I feel like it was somewhere in there. So my mom was always my backbone. But then once I started getting bullied and things and, as a young kid and walking in that world and figuring out how to throw hands and how to stand up for myself, I started distancing myself because there's more experiences that I was too prideful to go to my mother about, so that's when it started for me. My pride has always been in the way. And then I went to the Marines and that turned me into a whole nother monster, but still having to embrace who I was, the beautiful, pure person that that I still wanted to be, and like that childlike being. And even then my relationship with my mother kind of like drew back even more because those experiences, like I wasn't going to church, I was definitely rocking with Soul Society, shout out to everybody in the Carolinas. Shout out to T Walker and his sending heavy energy too. But when those situations aligned, my mother then like the experiences I was having became too like vulgar and too real to share on my mom's mind and on her heart because like she loves me with everything.
Right.
So if I really like open her eyes to what I've been through and what I'm walking through, she'll be like, "Oh no, hey, we shutting the city down. We bringing the whole family down. Everybody laying hands on him. We're gonna cover you in the name of God, and it ain't nobody gonna move a step." And that's beautiful, but it ain't. Like it might be some type of different advice that I need to hear. Realistically.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just distant.
My advice to you, I've never walked in your shoes, of course. But I know for me, when I recognize that my experiences is the reason why my behavior is what it is,
Mm-hmm.
or my behavior might seem different or off to someone, what helps me is just to be completely transparent about what it is, you know.
Okay.
And that's just me, but I have to have the awareness of that. Does that make sense? I have to be aware that this behavior that I'm transferring, or this energy that I'm transferring onto you or projecting onto you, is because of an experience that I had. It's deeper than that. And so if you have a minute, we can talk about it, and I'll work on it. I'm aware of it and I'm working on it, but you can't. Miss Momo Love, she said in our other Bliss Talk, she was like, don't try to eat that whole elephant. Just take a bite at a time. True. It's a process.
And that's, you know, that hits home too, because understanding that it's a process makes it so, like, it just, you get to relax your shoulders a little bit.
Exactly.
You know, I appreciate that, sister.
Let's answer some of these questions that T. Walker put up here.
Word.
So he says, how are y'all protecting yourself mentally during this time?
Okay. So for me, with these, you know, with my babies, you know, I'm protecting myself mentally with, you know, just evolving my mind and, you know, creating and really not feeding too much into like the news and social media and everything like that, but also doing everything to learn myself more than ever, because like this is the best opportunity. You know, you got really all the time in the world to take to yourself if you really want to. You know, if you want to shut everything down and distance yourself from the whole society. You know, so that's kind of what I've really been taking on. I've been reading, you know, learning about the Merkaba and, you know, different early civilizations and other levels of consciousness, and, you know, all of these ideas that are, you know, helping me ascend to articulating and materializing paintings with the eye of Horus in them, you know, out of music notes, and like, you know, incorporating certain vibrations in my work and things, you know. So really like transcending.
Yeah. I was talking to a friend yesterday, and I was venting to her because I had a conversation with one of my siblings, and she wasn't feeling too good, you know. And so me trying to break down, because I'm like a problem solver, trying to break down, like, you know, there's nothing I can say to her to make her feel better. Yeah. And I was trying to figure out why is that, you know? Because, you know, when you really want to do it, like you really want to be able to say something in that moment to make that person feel better, but sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's no words that you can say. But I reflected on some of the things that make me happy. Might not make this person happy, but I had a good, you know, thought of reflection. Like doing the Bliss Talks every day is an adventure for me. And can you imagine someone that doesn't have an adventure to go on each day? You know, he gets really bored. You get very crazy. You know, building things, it's an adventure for me. And even though you might not have all the energy to do it, you still do it because it puts a smile on your face. It's a new adventure every day to talk to somebody new. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's beautiful.
So let's see. He also wants us to talk about what are some innovations that quarantine has sparked.
All right, bet. Oh, he already knows. He already knows what's up. I see T. Walker. All right, so we're gonna really, let me move a few things out of the way so I can demonstrate what I illustrate. You did. So with me, I'm gonna show one of my latest paintings. Can you flip the camera around on live? You double tap. Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna sit here. Here.
Look at that adventure went on.
Look.
That.
So this segment here, I'm gonna start here. Fibonacci series, Fibonacci sequence, everything. You know, the foundation of like everything as far as sacred geometry and, just learn about the Fibonacci. But then I also studied the Vitruvian Man by Da Vinci. And these two roses here are what I saw the body of the Vitruvian Man. Let me get the book so we can really walk this. Let's do it. All right, so I got this book passed down to me by a neighbor. The Ancient Secret to the Flower of Life.
Oh, wow. Wow, that looks like a great read.
Hey, it definitely is, my sister. So we're going to find this image here, the Vitruvian Man by Da Vinci.
Mm.
I didn't really read the right side of the page, but this is also an image called the Merkaba, which is what I have in my painting there. But this shield, this is engraved as a shield of protection around the human being. And with this image, Da Vinci basically exposed and illustrated that the width from your head to your toes is going to be the same width from your fingertips to your other fingertip, expanded across your body. Mm-hmm. This was an illustration of that all around this whole sphere here. And so I saw two roses. When I looked at this, I saw two roses in his body. One came here and it came up. One came down and it came there. And so once I saw the two roses, I was able to then moving stuff around, y'all. I was able to then do a draft of my actual human body, from head to toes, out of this diagram here.
Wow. Wow.
So this here is the root chakra of Mystere creations. And there's also a throat chakra that is Negro talk sound language. Negro talk sound language is the identity of me getting inspired by our people and how we're communicating from the beginning of time through drum, through hum, through foot taps, through hand claps. And in the canvas, I drummed on the whole canvas with the paintbrush to create a texture that, I don't know, it just came out of the painting, you know?
Wow.
And I just call it Negro sound language. It's true harmony and, it's descendants of our people.
I love that. I love how you took one thing and was inspired. It was kind of like an epiphany that you had with the roses.
Yeah.
And then you did that. You did that.
Thank you, sister. I appreciate it.
That's beautiful.
So, what about yourself?
Innovating. Oh.
Yeah.
See, I have been doing, like I said, I've been inspired by the Bliss Talks. Like I was saying earlier, I've been doing some writing. A lot of ideas about, building different forms of income for myself.
Definitely.
And so I was inspired by, of course, T. Walker. He says that he has his stuff in so many different, his eggs in so many different baskets. Yeah. And so that little bit from each basket accumulates, when you put it all together, it's a lot. You know? And so I've been thinking of ways that I could do that for myself, even with the Bliss Talk. I've been writing for the 15 minutes that I have where I'm just idling, waiting for my guests to come on, writing every day. Yeah. And so eventually it's going to be a book, that'll go along with the Bliss Talk. Yeah. And so
snaps fingers.
Yeah, with the t-shirts, those t-shirts are coming in. That'll be something else that I can put out there for myself and get that extra income, So I've been thinking of stuff like that.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. And then at work, of course, I've been working on different projects, trying to make a difference If
Definitely.
that makes sense. At
Because
my, there's a lot of confusion about different documents and stuff like that. And so I try to, you know, think of something that would be helpful. And so I made this game where it's interactive and everyone on the team in the department, they could, you know, give what they think the answer is. And then our survey will come up, like we'll see the statistics from it, and we can see like how many people are confused about stuff. And so that was something that I just thought of would be fun. And then I'm getting the results back, and it's just like, this is going to be a game changer. I literally think I just did something to change the entire department for the better,
Wow. And that's what time it is.
That's what time it is. So
I'm gonna reveal some intellectual property as well, but I'm developing like this idea for couples, or even like in you can have kids, but it's better if you find a babysitter for a day. But like during this downtime, for couples who do have extremes amount of downtime, I want to do like a Mystere Creations 24-hour, I guess, blind existence. But it's going to be with your partner. So you're going to blindfold yourself for 24 hours and you're going to exist with each other, but keying in on using different senses other than sight. Because with me, I had a challenge with, being so visual with women. Like I want to break that down and simmer down as a man to not be so like visually lustful over the woman as a creature, So I'm like, okay, if this is going to help me maybe even respect my future wife more and respect all women across the world more, let me blindfold myself for a day and exist with the woman that I love and key in on different harmonies in her voice, different way, the way she feels on my skin, or the way, my hair might rise when we're in the same room.
Okay.
So this is so I'm thinking couples pay like $2 to register, and to give your experience, you can leave a video, you can leave a paragraph, whatever you want to do, and take whatever you learn and apply that into loving your partner, and apply that to yourself. But you have to be able to take care of each other.
That sounds like a good deal, brother.
You like that one, Carmen?
Yeah, I like that one.
All right, I'm gonna put it together by next week.
Okay. Let me know when you do that.
I got it written up. I just what I'm trying to figure out, if anybody knows of a website that I can create just for couples to go to register, and it's like a blog site, that we can go to and share our experiences about this moment and about these 24 hours. Because, they're going to continue, you can really choose to do it whenever you like, but I will have a template for everyone to follow and instructions and, yeah.
Sure. Cool. That sounds great.
Word.
I have like 2 more questions for you, and we're going to wrap things up. So I think we can answer these real fast. I like to keep it 30 minutes just so, people can, their engagement goes away after like a few minutes. So I try to keep it short and sweet. So my next question is, what was the last thing? No, I asked that already. Hold on. Have you solved the mystery between cats? And do you have a cute cat story?
The mystery between cats?
The mystery behind cats.
Behind cats? I have not. I feel like they're looking at me right now. I feel like I don't know, they have such heavy energy. Like they carry a lot of energy in who they are.
Yeah.
And
they're so regal.
They really are.
Regal.
But at the same time, my cats are really disciplined. I can point my finger and they'll sit down. So it's like, I don't really know. I mean, we look at them as kids, but I have 2 cats. They're beautiful. Yeah. They're on the couch right now, just sleep.
I asked that question because I'm always Googling stuff about, cat behavior. Why do they do this? And it's just, to me, cats, how smart they are. But
You
it's
got
like,
cats.
but it's in, yeah, we have two. I have
Okay.
one. My baby's name, his name is T'Challa.
T'Challa.
And then we have another kitty. He goes by Marshall. Thurgood
Okay.
Marshall.
Oh,
Yeah.
word. Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And so I'm always Googling to see like why do they behave so. What is so crazy to me is that how they know how to use the bathroom.
Hmm. Oh,
Like,
but that's
it's like
crazy
almost
though.
birth.
One of my cats took really like bent over and did the number 2 on the front rug the
Really?
other day. When it's never, I asked somebody like, "What's going on?" My cat just took a dump on my front door. Like, that's not cool.
That isn't.
The litter box is clean. The house is clean. We feed them well. They got filtered water. Like, what's going on? And they was like, well, my old lady was like, they probably do it when they, pissed off or whatever. But I'm like, that's no excuse.
Mm-hmm.
You got to hold.
Yeah.
I thought they knew to use the litter box. But
They
nah.
do know. Yeah, when they do stuff like that, they know be done what they doing. I think so. My cat, he knows how to open doors in the house. He knows how to cut off the lights. It's really creepy. That's why I was asking, have you solved the mystery? Because there's something going on. We one of my friends was like, I think he done had a past life or something. He's reincarnated because of how much stuff he know how to do.
That's what I was thinking as well. I mean, but like, do your cat speak?
Marshall does. He speaks all the time. Like if you talk to him, literally say hey, he says hey back.
Okay, so that's how my boy is.
Yeah. I think they're just super mysterious and what's the other word? They're extraordinary. Yeah, regal, all those things. Okay, so my last question. Are you ready?
I am.
How did you wake up today?
I woke up in a very pleasant, motivated, ambitious state of mind, yet tense at the same time. Because I knew I had things to do, and I've taken on the idea of holding myself to a time limit nowadays. So I was already tense because my time limit had already started. But I was happy that I got to go on the journey of today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I woke up the same way. Same way. Ambitious, but that anxiety about your time today. Because you have only a lot of time to get certain things done.
Yeah.
That always gives me anxiety. Like, because I have to do homework. I have to think about prepping for Bliss Talk. I have to think about a lot. got
that whole list. I'm already knowing. And we usually don't have enough time
for work and stuff like that. But I used to wake up every morning and make myself come up with 5 things that I'm grateful for.
Okay.
And then I would put it on my whiteboard behind me, if you can see it.
I can.
Right on that. Yeah. So that's why I wanted to ask you, how did you wake up this morning? Because I think how you wake up is very important. Your mindset in the morning.
It is. And then waking up beside someone, it it has a different effect as well.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Wake up beside a whole nother soul,
Yeah.
And it's like,
that's so true.
But when I looked at my woman this morning pleasantly, it was able to be on the pleasant side. It was on the happy side, It wasn't on the tense side.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Then I rolled one, wake and bake, so it really floated, Yeah. Word.
That's what's up. Well, that is all the questions that I have for you. I really appreciate this. Has been such a dope conversation. We almost went an hour.
We could keep going whenever,
Yeah.
Yes. So, it's been lovely though.
It has been. What I want to do before before we close out is give people an opportunity, whoever's still in the Bliss Talk live with us right now, type a question that you have for me or Derrick. And while they're typing, because it takes a little while to type, Derrick, will you give them all of your information, anything you got coming out, if you have a website where they can find you?
Okay, so for now, the foundation of all of my access is going to be through Instagram or Facebook or my email. Instagram is going to be the Derrick, Derrick MCK. Well, you can see all of that. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't gonna run that. The Derrick Mckenzie Jr. Derrick D. McKenzie Jr. at gmail.com. My website will be republished next week. So I will be constantly updating everything. You know, I just got to get my wings to come out of my back a little bit more.
Hey, get those wings.
For sure.
Get your wings.
But the website, DerrickMcKenzieJr.com. DerrickMcKenzieJr.com. Y'all can check that in about 7 days. Put that in your URL, 7 days, and you'll, go through the experience, because I'm going to set it up nice, I promise.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So you
Shout
guys
out to Bliss Talk.
For sure. And you guys can find me on cbliss_pics here on Instagram. We have a website. It's blisstalkshow.life. I have a few of my beginning interviews posted on the website. Go check the website out. We have our mission statement there and everything. We even have partnership opportunities available for people who would like to partner with Bliss Talk. T-shirts are coming very, very soon. Go take a look on my Instagram or on the website to see what those will look like. We have this really pretty green color that everyone's just like standing out about, and I'm excited. I'm excited to get these T-shirts to the people.
I believe it.
Thank you so much for joining me. Let's stay in touch and
definitely
collab. Let's make it happen.
And thank you. Shout out to Bliss Talk. Shout out to you, Carmen. Shout out to T Walker and everybody else that joined. Shout out to Michael Althea. Hold on, can we get one more question?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't see that question.
What's one thing that motivates you and keeps you going every day? You want to go first?
What's one thing that motivates me and keeps me going every day? I think I figured that out yesterday, because there's been times where I've been really, really down, and coming out of it, what does that look like? I think with me, it's just I refuse to be defeated. And so if I refuse to be defeated, then I have to, that's when my faith has to step in and hard.
Yeah, for sure. It has to be everything.
It has, I do an analogy where it's just like you can either fill that cup with defeat or you can fill it with faith, but you can't have both.
Right.
Mixed,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it would be like, I want to say the same, because it ultimately ends up to being that, that's the bottom line. When it gets to the darkest, it's like, I have too much to live for, So it's just life and, other beings on this earth, and just living life, knowing that I have a story to tell.
Absolutely. How do you stay inspired? I stay inspired by doing stuff like this, talking to people who inspire me.
Yeah, same.
Really helps me stay inspired. So
I love what you're doing too.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you, brother. That means a lot.
For sure.
I actually like it too. I didn't think I was going to like it this much, but I did.
Hey, that's good. Up and up.
Because I'm actually really shy. And so every day talking to people, when T told me, he's like, I got your calendar full. I was like, really? I'm going to talk to strangers every day. My anxiety just went through the roof. But it's cool though.
It is.
Really. Yeah. So how do you stay inspired?
For me, the fact that I'm self-taught and I feel like I'm ignorant. I tell myself I'm stupid a lot of times. I know I shouldn't say that, but that's just me being cutthroat hard on myself. Because I realize, even now I'm realizing that well, not just now, but I'm realizing that, even our textbooks need to be changed, and they playing us with, we paying our taxes and paying for our kids to go to these public school systems, and our textbooks ain't even got the truth in them. Like, hey, if we gonna be paying, and we're gonna be building up a nation, hey man, let's at least speak some truth. So I'm trying to just be intelligent, be an intelligent brother that ain't gonna get defeated by any and everybody who want to come up and do us harm. Hey, we need more Malcolms and more Martins and more T. Walkers and more Derricks and, more Brads and more,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So that.
All right. Well, I think that concludes it now.
True.
Any other questions? We see some more people in here. I mean, I don't mind answering a few more questions if y'all got them.
Hey, shout out to the website too, man, because, getting informed about Bliss Talk, when you put in the website, hey, you get to see a whole archive of, everyone who's been featured on Bliss Talk and their whole video with Carmen and everything. So I was like, yeah, this is hot. This is the platform.
Hey,
word.
I can't wait to really get the whole vision that I'm looking at. I see like so many things that we can do with Bliss Talk. We can flip it this way, flip it that way. And I want it to be a place where people can go if they need just a little pick me up. You know what I mean? Listen to real people living this, not like huge celebrities or anything, but y'all are celebrities in my eyes. If you're grinding and you're running steady with your purpose, I look at those people that I can, reach out to.
God level. Yeah, just God level. You feel me? In tune.
Right.
I don't even think celebrity in it. I just feel like, I mean, I ain't gonna take nothing away from you when you say that, but just like, hey, we here. When you know what's up, you just walk in it. You feel me?
Right.
You just walk in it, and that speaks for itself. But I want to say when you were saying that, even I'm trying to think of where everything is gonna go. But even then, life, I felt like I saw the mystery to life. It's just a bunch of goals. It's just like you set a certain amount of goals, and once you reach those goals, more goals are established. And so it's literally a cycle of goals. If you set yourself a few goals here and there and continue to meet those goals and continue to set new goals and just live through meeting those goals, your story is told just by meeting your goals.
Absolutely. Think about how we've evolved. Like the entire world has evolved, and it's with technology.
Where we going?
Right. Where are we going?
Where are we going? I'm hearing they found a super Earth, and I'm hearing that the sun is about to go into a recession, and oh man, it's where are we going, sister? That's why we got to be ready and prepared. But hey, shout out to Bliss Talk. Shout out to Mystere Creations. Get at us. We ain't gonna hold y'all up. We're gonna get out of here.
Wait, I don't see any more questions, so we will wrap it up. You have a great weekend.
You too, my sister. It's been amazing.
It has been.
All right, peace.
Bye.
I will.